y'all, it's Heather, and today I'm going to be swatching all of my liquid and cream bronzers and contours. I want to show you all the shades. We're going to talk about the formulas so that if you're looking for one, you can make the best decision. Let's start off first with Danessa Myricks. I have a couple of contour bronzers from Danessa Myricks here. I have her Power Bronzer, and we'll look at this one first. This one is actually discontinued, I think, not making this one anymore, and I have the Balm Contour. So I want to really talk about both of these. I think Danessa Myricks makes really beautiful products. You can see that the Power Bronzer, the shade Medium, is really close to my skin tone. There's not much of a difference, so I don't use this one a ton. I will use it if a foundation shade is too light or something like that. Usually I'll kind of use it like around the perimeter of my face just to like make a shade not too light. I hope that makes sense, but I really don't reach for this one enough. I wish I had a better shade in it because the formula is really beautiful. It's long wear, it's blendable, it's buildable. It's like this matte, beautiful finish that's not a flat matte. That's just a really beautiful product. So I hope that you will maybe like bring this back with some new shades, things like that, because I just love this formula. After that, we will look at the Balm Contour. I have the shade Medium 2, and this is more balmy. It's not a super wet cream, if you know what I'm talking about. It's more on the dry side of a cream, which I really like. You can use a stiff brush with this. You can pick up a little and you can build it up to more if you want to. You can go in with a lot. It's very easy to blend. It's very smooth, and I really like this color. For reference, just as we go throughout the video, I do have a olive undertone that is warm leaning, and I really like shades like this. The contour here is a little bit more neutral to cool than warm side, but it does have that beautiful tone to it that I really like. So if I'm going for something kind of contour-esque while still having a bit of a bronze, this is the type of shade that I will go for. Now let's take a look at the Be Perfect Bronzer. I hate the name of this product, like bronzer. I don't know why, it just sounds so big to me, but I love the shade. So I'm going to swatch this. This is the shade Swarthy, and this is a golden olive toned bronzer. This one is very beautiful on the skin. It's not matte. You can see it's definitely very beautiful goldeny olive, and it has a little bit of a sheen to it. So it's not shimmery, it's not shiny, it's not heavy feeling, nothing like that. It has a really beautiful formula, but it does have a little bit of a glow to it. So this is going to be super duper beautiful. If you look really close inside of the pan on this one, it does look like there might be a shimmer, but you have to really look up close, and that doesn't translate to the face. It just translates as a beautiful glow on the face, which I enjoy. I think it's very pretty. This bronzer, I don't see a lot of people talk about, but I think it's a really nice formula. After this one, we're going to talk about Charlotte Tilbury. The Charlotte Tilbury Sunkissed Bronzer and Hollywood Contour. We have got to talk about these, and I'll let you know if you can hear the air a little bit. I'm so sorry. I had to turn the AC up because it's so hot here today, so please forgive me if it sounds like you can hear it. Now, the Contour Wand is an iconic product from Charlotte Tilbury, right? Like, this has been duped so many times, but it was the only one like this on the market for a long time. This is very liquidy, but it's very easy to work with, very easy to build, very easy to blend. I always really enjoyed this, just the formula alone. It's a very warm shade. It's very pretty, but I just find this to be so blendable, so easy to work with. Pigmented, but not overly pigmented. The cap and the component and everything, this type of applicator is messy, but it was just such a great product. Now we'll talk about the Glow Cream Bronzer. I do have mine in the shade Tan, and look at how big the pan is. Let's just start there because I love how big this pan is. I know it seems like a small thing, but for me, I really like that I can get in there with a big fluffy brush if that's what I want to do. I have room to work. I'm not having to grab a small tiny brush to like make sure I don't dip into any other shade or get the brush evenly coated. Like, it's just easy in that aspect, and I really appreciate that. Then look at this. This is such a pretty shade. Like, I love this. I think it has this beautiful, like, golden, like, I don't know, this like golden tone to it that just is so flattering. I think it just works so well with my skin tone. I really, really like this. This is a cream that is not super emollient. Like, it's not so creamy that it feels like a liquid, if you know what I mean. It's more of a dry cream, which I like. I do have oily skin. I'm living in a humid place, and this is a very long wear, very skin-like cream bronzer for me. Now, I want to talk about this one. This is the Revolution Beauty Goddess Glow Contour and Bronzer. It looks like they're mostly carrying this in kits now and not as much individually, so I will link it for you. But look at medium. I mean, that's olive. Like, that is olive. I would say this is one of my favorites, like holy grail status. I'm actually like used so much of it. I don't know if you can tell in the packaging, but I have used so much of this one. I need to get another one. Like, there's not a ton of product left. It kind of makes me sad even just to swatch it, but thankfully it's at a lower drugstore price point. It has that beautiful matte skin-like finish that I really enjoy too, and I just it's perfect. They did something so good with this one. The ColourPop Super Shock bronzer seems to have been discontinued, so I don't want to spend too much time on this. I will say I love the ColourPop Super Shock formula. I love it for blush, highlight, eyes, everything. Mine, yeah, it needs to be replaced. I can tell it's kind of old, but I wanted to swatch this shade for you anyways, Dream Vacay, because maybe you have it, you want to pull it out of your collection. I was surprised this was discontinued. Like, it seems like their Super Shock bronzers would be like a staple in their line. So maybe they will bring these back one day. I need to toss mine though. It's expired. But you can still see the shade and know that I love the Super Shock formula so much. Now, this is the Bobbi Brown foundation stick. This is not a bronzer, but I use it as a bronzer because it has such a pretty tone to it. This is the shade Neutral Golden. And you can see why this works for like a sculpting bronzing shade for me. It's a really pretty formula. It has a good skin-like finish, and I love this. I love this. If you have like trouble finding a bronzer, look at foundations and just go with deeper shades. Let's look at the Benefit Hula Wave Bronzing Balm. I've been singing the praises of this bronzer since I got it. It's a very sheer bronzer. I have mine in the shade medium. The undertone I really like on this one. You can see depth-wise, it's not very far off from my skin. So my face is typically lighter than my body. A lot of people's are. I keep my face much more covered when I'm out in the sun. I use retinols, all of that. But this is a sheer product that is just perfect and easy to use. Then we will talk about the Huda Beauty Tantour. And I think this may be getting discontinued because when I was linking everything, I was having a hard time finding this one. So you can see when I got this, I used it so much. Like, I hit pan in a cream bronzer, y'all. This is the shade Medium, and I really haven't used this one in a while. Well, it's probably expired now, honestly, but I haven't used it in so long. This has a more like skin-like matte finish. I am going to pop up QR codes for these products in case that's helpful to you. I will also link everything in the description box, in the pinned comment, and YouTube shopping. And now we will talk about the Pick It Up Duo from Give Beauty. I don't know what's happening with Give Beauty. It doesn't seem like the brand is going to be sticking around because everything's on sale, but I wanted to go ahead and show you the shade Smokin'. I wanted to swatch things even if they were discontinued, just because I want to be helpful to you, maybe inspire you to shop your stash, or if the brand comes back and you're looking for tones similar. I don't know. I think it's helpful. So this is the shade Smokin'. You can see that powder bronzer has a really nice tone to it. The cream bronzer was nice as well, but I want to talk about this Say Dew Bronze. These are liquid bronzers, and these are a great formula. These are super beautiful. They are sheer but buildable. They're blendable. They're kind of blurring, and they do have more of a dewiness to them, but that doesn't mean sticky tacky. This is my personal favorite shade. It's the shade Swim, and like I said, I kind of worried that dew would mean so glowy, like my hair sticking to my face, and this is not that. Since I do have oily skin, I do always set my face with a powder, so I do want to let you know that as well. But if you don't like to set your face with powders, these are a really beautiful formula. Don't let the word dew make you think sticky. It's just a very like natural skin-like dew. This is one that is a no for me, dog. Like a no for me. This is the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Liquid Contour. Now, just put it on the back of your hand. It looks beautiful. It's like, Heather, what is wrong with you? Look at that. It's so nice. But this has such an oily feel. If you have dry skin, you may love this. And a lot of people in my comments, when I said how much I disliked this, were not very happy with me. But I just got to be honest. It lifted all the product underneath. It was a no for me. These I like, though. These are the Warm Wishes Bronzer Sticks. These have a much better formula for my oily skin. Now, the shade True Warmth, you know, it's a red undertone. It's not really for me. I probably just need to give this one away because it's not the one. It's not the shade for me, but I bought it. So Full of Life is much, much better for me. This is a bronzy golden shade. It does still pull like orangey on me. I just like the formula so much. I really wish there was like a true golden or olivey shade for me. I would like that so much better. But let's talk about this Maybelline Lifter Stick because they named it right. Lifter. It lifts anything underneath. If this is going on top of anything other than bare skin, it's going to be the only thing there when you're done. Because you got foundation on underneath, it's going to take it off. You got concealer on underneath, it's going to take it off. It's just, I want to like it. I really do. But I just don't. It just doesn't, it doesn't do what it is supposed to do for me. I tried. I didn't fail. It failed. Now we'll talk about Rituel DeDe. These are the Inner Glow Cream Pigments. Rituel DeDe is an indie brand, and I'm excited to have some indie brands to show you in this video today because so many of these are from mainstream brands. So I do have an affiliated discount code. It is Heather Austin, and if I have any codes that will save you money on any of these, I will put those in the description box too. But let's start with Eros. Eros. I always like go back and forth with how I say it. But this is a really, really beautiful formula. This is a rosy type of color, and I don't really do cool tones. It's just not my personal preference. Premonition and Omen are newer shades from the brand. They are both very, very cool toned as well. These are contours. They are not bronzers, so bear that in mind. These are kind of a velvet semi-matte type of finish. Really, really beautiful. Again, I just don't really love cool tones. I hope that they will do some bronzers rather than contours. Maybe again, give us some olivey golden shades. That's always what I'm hoping for. But now we'll talk about the NARS Laguna Bronzing Cream. This was actually given to me from my sister-in-law. She got it and she did not love it. And she gave it to me, and I gotta say, I don't love it either. I'm so glad she let me test it and try it though. This is the shade Laguna 2. It's supposed to be a neutral, and depending on your undertone will affect shades so much, and this neutral does pull too cool on me. Now the Semi Haze Beauty Skin Suede Melting Bronze Balm, that is a mouthful. This is a cream to powder type of formula. It is more on the matte side, a very skin-like matte, not a flat matte. It is very lightweight, and this shade is a warm olive shade. I think it's pretty. This is the shade Maple. I do think this is pretty. I don't know what is happening with the brand. It seems like they're being phased out of Sephora, or maybe it's just this product. I'm not sure. I really like this packaging. I think it's pretty cool. I think the formula is nice. I don't think it's anything super crazy amazing, but let's talk about the Polite Society Cabana Club Blurring Bronzer. I recently reviewed this here on my channel, and I talk about how I love the formula. It is this very like balm texture, which is cool and interesting. I really do like that, but I don't love the shade. The shade is light, which is fine. I want bronzers for different purposes. Give me some lighter shades, give me some deeper shades, depending on the time of year, depending on what I'm going for. But this one, it does have a slightly rosy tone to it, and I don't love that. Now we'll look at the Tarte Sculpt Tape Contour. This is another like the Charlotte Tilbury. This one has been out for quite a while now. Yeah, but this did come after the Charlotte Tilbury, of course. I have the shade Warm Bronze. You can see it's very liquidy, but it is pretty. I like this one. I think it's really nice. I was happy with my purchase of this one. I still gotta say, like the Revolution Beauty, I like the best, just with it being a little more on the dry side and the shade, everything I do like. But I think this Tarte one is nice, and they have a good shade range. But looking at Makeup by Mario, let's talk about the Softest Sculpt Serum. Sorry, I have to like get the words out. I have two different shades of this one. First, I'll show you the shade Medium, and then I also do have the shade Medium Dark. But here is Medium right here, and I like this formula. This is a very sheer formula. You can put it all over the face. That's how I normally do it. Mix it with foundation or just as bronzer. And then the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer, like the previous, like the Soft Sculpt Serum, it is sheer and it is multi-use. This is a very sheer, very balm-like. It can be a bit sticky. So this is one that I notice even people who don't always set with powder do kind of like to dust powder over this one. But this one is very sheer and skin-like. And then we go to the Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer. These names get longer and longer. This is the shade Teddy, and this is a sheer formula. It is very like sheer, but you can build it a bit. I really like the tone of this one. This one in formula kind of reminds me of the Be Perfect a bit. Maybe not, I don't know. They both have a sheen. Maybe I would say the Be Perfect has a little bit more of a sheen. The Odacite Color Balm. This is really pretty. I use this almost more as like a blush bronzer hybrid, but I keep it with my cream bronzer, so I wanted to show you how pretty this is, right? It has this beautiful sheen to it. I don't want to say it's a metallic, but it is almost like this soft metallic. Just beautiful, beautiful. And then I have my Isamaya sculpting sticks. These are small, so these are really to sculpt. You can use them on the lips, you can use them on your nose. I don't ever contour my nose or lips really, or try to bronze them. Like I'll put a little bronzer on my nose. So they're very thin, but I do think these are nice. They have kind of a sheer formula, very, very pretty, and they are more of a matte finish. So I wanted to show those swatched, and I do have a full Isamaya video. If you want to check that out, I will link that in the cards for you. Let's talk about the Physicians Formula Butter Glow and Go Stick. I also reviewed this one recently, and I don't love it. For some of the same reasons, I don't like liquid and cream bronzers. It lifts. This lifts. This lifts. A liquid and cream bronzer cannot lift. So when I say for the same reasons I don't like, I mean like other ones I don't like, because sometimes they will lift the product. Now, Salt New York Sculpt and Bronze. I love these. I love these. I love the packaging. I have mine in a little Salt New York component, but you can get these as singles and put them in a larger palette, whatever you want to do. This is another independently owned brand. My affiliated discount code is Heather10. If you're shopping the site, that will give you a discount. And look at just, these are pretty. I love these formulas. This is the shade Medium. I'm going to show you this one swatched out because I think it's a really pretty shade. And these are creamy. They're beautiful. Look at that tone. Look at that shade. Look how easy it blended. This is the shade Taupe. This is not a shade that I reach for. It looks nice, but when I put it on, it does tend to pull a bit more cool than I personally like. So I do tend to reach for the shade medium, and I do have a video using these as well. And I will link that in the cards for you too. So definitely check that one out. But let's talk about these Tenelli J bronzers. I'm so sorry. I still do not know how to say the name of this brand. I always butcher it, but I love these bronzers, bronze contours. This is the shade Caramel Latte or Caramel Latte, depending on what you like. This is a warm medium shade. These are very long wear and they're very buildable. Like you can sheer them out, you can build them up, whatever you want. This is the shade Macchiato. This is beautiful olive shade, but it is more on the cool side of olive, and I do prefer something that is warm, but I do really like that one. So the Patrick Ta Cream Contour Bronzer Powder Duo, whatever, with its long name. The cream side is more of the contour that has like the cooler shade to it. This is She's Sculpted, and then the powder is definitely more warm, so you kind of layer these together. I don't love this one. I think it's just okay. The Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate. This is probably the most expensive one in this whole video. So pricey, and it's just so luxurious feeling and looking. But I have the shade Intensity 1, and this is a kind of sheer type of product. You can definitely build it up. It pulls very neutral on me. I think it's nice. Like, I like it. I think it's pretty, and it does have the cream highlighter too. Now let's look at the Merit Bronzing Balm. This one is so sheer. It is sheer. You can build this one up, but not a ton. This is for kind of minimal makeup days. This is not for a full coverage, full beat type of day. It's for a very effortless type of look, but I do like it. And then I'm going to swatch another foundation stick. This is the Ilia Skin Rewind Blurring Stick. I like using this as foundation and concealer in different shades, of course, but I like having this shade 30 for kind of bronzing up, kind of like sculpting, adding some definition, just adding something to my face, a little warmth. I think it's pretty. It's a very warm shade and I'm very into it. The Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzing and Sculpting Sticks. I have two shades of this. This is the shade Chocolate Souffle. This is a little bit light for me. It has like this neutralish undertone that kind of pulls cool on me. I like the shade Chocolate Caramel, whatever you want to say. This is the shade I like for myself. It's a bit warmer, super duper pretty. Now let's talk about some products from Milk Makeup. This first one is their Sculpt Stick Cream Contour. It's too cool toned for me. It's just not my personal preference. I'll show you the shade Stoked. You can see it definitely has a cooler undertone. Just, again, not my personal preference. The formula is fine. It really is. These are tiny. I hear people talk about how tiny they are all the time, so I wanted to show you like a reference in case you've never seen these in person or touched them. They're kind of small. The Bionic Glows are not really bronzers, so maybe I shouldn't have even included them here, but I keep them with my cream bronzers, so like they were in the stack. So I want to show you these. These are kind of for like all over glow. This is a peach shade, of course, but you can use the more bronzy shade on like a no makeup day if you want to. Let's talk about the Morphe Sudden Heat Creamy Bronzer Sticks. I really like these. I had these sent to me from Morphe, and my friend Karen Harris was here visiting and ended up kind of like, I pulled these out and was just swatching them, looking at shades for us. So I definitely need to pass on the shades that don't work for me to others. Flicker is, of course, too light. Ignite works well for me. I think it's a pretty shade, but I like the shade Spark a bit better. You can see it has a little bit more like warmth and oomph to it. The shade Sizzle is the shade that Karen used, I believe, in the video we did together. These are pretty and warm, and then there is a deep shade Smolder. So there are all of those from Morphe swatched out. And then Morphe too, I think this line is being discontinued, which makes me really sad just for this product alone. This is the Sun and Done Bronzer Stick. This shade is Golden Isle, and I really, really like this. I was able to find this at a couple of places, but I couldn't find it on the Morphe site or on the Target site anymore. But look how pretty that shade is. That's a me type of shade. Now, the Made by Mitchell curve cases. Oh, I love these. That was my impression of like angels singing. If you didn't get that, I understand why you didn't get that, you know, but let's look at these. I have the shade light and medium. You can see the range and undertones. We love it. We love that. I'm going to swatch light first. Some of the shades in this are way too light for me. I'm going to swatch those 4 shades just so you can see the full kind of a light palette swatched out. A couple of the shades work for me, a couple are too light, but I really like these. I like the blushes too. They're beautiful. They are creamy, easy to work with. This is the medium palette. This one is the one that I like best for my skin tone. I really, really, really like these. I use these quite a bit, and they're really beautiful. I definitely use a little bit and then build if I need to, and I do set these down with powder, but the shades are so nice. Let's look at Pink Honey. Made by Mitchell and Pink Honey are both independently owned brands, I believe. I know for sure Pink Honey is. This is the contour cake. I bought this because I was curious, okay? Do I use it? No. It is so cool toned. It's almost gray, which is great for contouring if that's what you are looking for. So I recommend this for contour people. These bronzing face frostings, they have since changed the packaging, I believe. I don't know if it's a new formula, but I wanted to go ahead and show you the ones that I had. This is the shade Cookie Butter. I'm going to swatch that right here. Very, very pretty. And then I will swatch my other 2 shades, Hot Cocoa and Fudge Glaze. I really like Cookie Butter and Fudge Glaze. Hot Cocoa is very pretty too, but the undertones on the other 2 are more to my personal preference. I had so much fun swatching and doing this video. I'm going to pop up some other videos here that I think you would really enjoy. I would love it if you would stick around and talk makeup with me down in the comments. Let me know what bronzers I need to buy next because I love trying new bronzers.